I was raised in church. I did the retreats and stuff with my Uncle Nick, and we went to Stony Glen camp, and I was always present, but I didn't have a personal relationship with Christ. It was one of those things where I kind of knew about him, but I didn't know him. So I led the kind of life without that personal relationship, and it led me down some pretty dark paths and into some pretty seedy situations until I got myself in trouble, and I woke up in a jail cell, and I was sentenced to 10 years in prison. I was in Summit County Jail, and they have a funny way of making you feel like you're going to be okay, Yeah, you'll be in a little trouble, but not so much. And then I finally went to court, and they were like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. This is how long you're going to be gone. This is your sentence. And I came back into my cell, and I just remember going down to my knees and just crying, bawling. I was a 22-year-old kid, and they told me you were going to be in prison for a long, long time. And I just prayed. And I didn't even know what I was praying for, because I already knew what was done. There was no turning it around. But there was just this undeniable release. There was just a weight that got picked up off my back when I was bent over on my rack crying and praying and just asking for some kind of help. I had a great woman in my life, Nancy Robeson. She came and seen me every month, and she really just took the time to explain to me the importance of a relationship with Jesus Christ. And how has my faith not changed my life? I went from being a violent drug addict, alcoholic, with no kind of thought process or drive or ambition. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about my life or the person next to me. Like I said, there's a switch that gets flipped. When you turn your life over, it's all of a sudden, things started to resonate. Like, man, something that I would have done 10 times over, I stopped like, whoa, that's not right. That's not something that, you should have in your life. And once I started cutting those things out, like you said, I started living a little closer to God, and I started to notice those blessings and the things that were changing in my life. And probably about 3 or 4 years into my sentence, I was on the yard. I was out jogging or working out, doing something, and I ran across my friend Justin, come walking through the gate, fresh off the bus. And we just started kind of talking, and he was curious. He wanted to know, because he definitely seen a change in me. He'd definitely seen that I'd settled down. I wasn't as, we would just sit on our rack and drink coffee, and he'd ask, I know what a Christian is, but, what does it mean to be a Christian? He's like, what do you got to do? I was like, well, it's not really a textbook, there's not a B, and C. If you just pray and ask God and talk to him, it's not so much sitting there and being lectured and following A, B, and C. It's your own personal relationship with God. You approaching him and actually turning your life over and saying, look, I've screwed this up. I have taken this life, and, when I imply my will, I end up here. So, your will, show me what I need to do. If you live your life through him and you guide your family through him, your relationships, everything in your life just changes for the better. And you're so blessed when you stay on that path and don't stray away from it. My name's Cory, and I have accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior.